Welcome back to Haunted Road Trips, where we are taking a trip across the country to find the most haunted places in your state and in mine. Today we will be looking at the state of Alaska. This is the 3 most haunted hotels in Alaska. Let's go. Our first stop is the Hotel Captain Cook. The Captain Cook was constructed in the years following World War II in 1964. This is a very well-known place in Anchorage, Alaska, where the locals, the staff, and even the management of the hotel claim this place is haunted. Everyone is claiming to have seen a lady hanging around the hotel lobby woman's restroom. Patrons who have happened to see the spirit describe her as in her 20s, dressed in a white dress and having a stressed look on her face. In fact, female guests at the hotel who have entered the restroom have come out so panicked at the activity that it is not uncommon for a services manager to go into the restroom and openly ask the young spirit to stop making a commotion. Some people have speculated that a separate entity is also haunting the space just outside the tower, as some people have spoken of an unseen hand trying to intertwine its fingers with that of the living. Guests and staff have also experienced opening and closing of doors when nobody is around, and the switching on and off of the lights with no visible culprit. Due to the strange occurrences in the restrooms, locals have composed a legend of some fair maiden who is bound to this place and can't escape it because she committed suicide in the restroom many years ago. Here's a testimony from a user known as Christine, and she says, "I stayed at this hotel and unknowingly entered the bathroom and had an experience. I was pregnant and using the restroom. A stall further down to my left flushed, and then about 10 seconds later the water to my right turned on. I finished using the bathroom, and I then ran to the main door of the bathroom to see if it creaked. Surely someone must have just peed, washed their hands, and left. The bathroom door did creak when I opened it, so no one had been there and left. No one was there except me, and I felt very odd about it afterwards. So I told my husband and Googled it and saw that the bathroom was haunted. It is definitely haunted because that never happened to me anywhere in my life." A user known as Wispy Butterfly 88 responded with, "I had the same exact experience. I heard the toilet flush, no one walked past my stall, and then I heard the water turn on. When I walked out of my stall, no one was there. I turned off the faucet and used another sink to wash up. It was then that I realized I was alone. The door to the bathroom creaks very loudly when opened and closed. No one entered or left." Well, it's time to check out of the Captain Cook and check into our second location on the other side of town, the Inlet Tower Hotel and Suites of Anchorage, Alaska. Built in 1951, the people who work in and around this hotel claim to have seen unusual figures roaming in the building. It is said to be haunted by the spirit of a little girl who is often seen in the hallways and is sometimes heard laughing. There are also frequent reports of a male entity who appears in the elevator and walks through the main entrance before vanishing into thin air. This next story comes from a user known as Thomas Lanos. Room 313. My aunt stayed there. Monday, May 21st, 2017, at 2:30 a.m. A gentleman asked her to wake up, that he needed to talk to her. He left an impression on the bed. His male voice was a medium-high pitch and insisted that he needed her advice. She said, "In the name of Jesus, please leave me alone," and the male left. The staff were very quiet, polite, but distant. Maybe they know or do not want to be there. My impression of the 1951 building, it was heaviness about the experience of dropping her off. Our last stop on our haunted road trip is the Van Gilder Hotel. The Van Gilder Hotel dates back to 1916 and is located in the heart of the town of Seward's historic district. It is also one of the most haunted hotels in Alaska. According to the locals, the spirit that is haunting the building is a lady named Franny, who was murdered in the hotel in the 50s. It is said that her and her killer still haunt the hotel, and they are most often seen in room 209. The Van Gilder Hotel is frequented by visitors throughout the year who make the same claims. Let's read a testimony from one of these visitors. This comes from a user known as Craig Nelson. In 2001, my kids were working summers in Alaska hospitality industry in Seward. They asked me to visit, so I did, and my son worked at the Van Gilder. It was the end of the season, so the hotel was empty. All was normal till about the 5th day. The hotel had one other room filled, and those folks ordered a pizza. And I heard the delivery guy run up one flight of stairs to deliver the pizza at around 7:30. At 1:21, I woke to the whole building shaking. The windows shrieked like in a ghost movie. Then I heard running up the stairs, but this time it was 2 floors of steps. I looked out the window to see if it was another pizza delivery, but there was only the 2 rooms rented, so no pizza truck was outside. Then I heard running down the steps 2 floors worth, followed by the shrieking of the windows again, and then the whole building shaking. Then again, all was normal. In the morning, I went to ask the manager if we had an earthquake, and she said no and asked why. I told her my story, and she said no, that is the ghost. A woman was killed, and I suppose the room I was staying in decades ago, and she and the killer are said to haunt the building, and the ghost runs in and kills her again every now and then. So now I want to know, which hotel would you stay in if you ever visited Alaska? Let us know in the comments below. I know that normally I do 5 haunted places per state, and they usually aren't only hotels. However, when researching this state, I found plenty of places claiming to be haunted, but I couldn't find any testimonies on those locations, so I didn't want to include them on this list, because any place can claim to be haunted, but I want to hear the first-hand accounts. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like, and maybe even subscribe for more great content. We do all the research, so you don't have to. And as always, I'm Alex, and I hope you have a fantastic day.
And it cuts deeper than the roots of the trees that we planted in the graveyard. I don't think these scars will ever fade off. Good thing nothing seems to faze us. So numb